Hi guys, so I have this meeting with Neeraj of Neeto. I feel like a hotshot saying that, man. I don't really have many high executive people in my life. So to say that I'm talking with CEO, that's pretty cool. So little documentation there of how I feel about this. So this should be happening in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to join the Zoom meeting now. It's 3:20. It's not set until 3:30, but getting there a little early can't hurt. So I'm going to record and ask permission if he's okay with me recording this. And if not, then I'm not going to post this. Probably won't even hear this. Well, you'll hear this, but you won't hear what we talk about. But this is one of the core things about this whole podcast that I have wanted. This is the vision. I wanted to document everything. So I would love to hear Alex Hormozi or Joe Rogan or Kobe Bryant, just phone calls that they had with certain people back when they were getting started and what they thought, what they said, how they processed certain information, the whole 9 yards. That's so cool to me. So I'd love to be able to hear that from them. So, I have so much confidence and faith in myself to achieve these great things later in life. And I know that these will be cool episodes to look back on. And it does suck to think that these will be buried unless I get some kind of revolutionary organization going with these episodes. But we'll figure it out. I mean, shit, anything can be done. So I could even get a team of 10 people. We all make a commitment to 50 episodes per day. And that's 500 episodes total for the team per day that we get organized, whatever. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to join the meeting right now. And we're going to see if he's in there. And if he is, then I guess we're about to find out what's going on. So looks like, okay. So I just joined. Looks like he's not in there yet. So I guess we'll wait. But so what's the meeting going to be about? Well, according to emails that we've gone back and forth about, let's see. In the meantime, to better understand your requirements, if you could jump on a 15-minute call, then that would be awesome. Here's the link. Understand your requirements. I'm assuming that's just him wanting to know how I'm going to be using the software so that he can, I guess, learn how to make it better. I don't know. Getting direct customer feedback. That's cool. So, I guess they'll share all the nitty gritty shit. So am I nervous? Am I anxious? This is crazy. I've never had this before. I've never done this before. I mean, I hate talking on the phone, period. I would rather send a text or, I don't hate talking on the phone. I hate just jibber jabbering on the phone, just talking about whatever or just pointless conversation. I'd like to get on the phone, talk about whatever we got to talk about, figure out the plans, figure out where we're going, figure out the times, get answers, exchange information. But I don't want to just talk. I don't like that. We can do that over text. We can do it with voice memos. I'm good. And FaceTime, even worse, because I feel like I have to be present in a little bubble of my space. And that I don't like that. I just let me do my thing. If we're on the phone, then we'll be on the phone. But like a Zoom call or a FaceTime, I feel like to give you the respect that you deserve, if you're calling me, we're talking, we're having a conversation, I feel like I have to be present in that little bubble where you can see me or holding my phone. So there goes a whole limb of mine. Can't use that entire limb, okay? Because I got to hold my phone or whatever. Or if I place it down, I have to stay in it. Hate that shit. So text, voice memo, whatever, prefer that. So Zoom calls, FaceTime, phone call, never been a fan. But this is cool because it's slightly different. Here I'm talking about shit that I want to talk about with somebody who gets it, who makes some cool ass shit. So that's pretty cool to think about. So obviously I have to record this on my phone because the mic here is plugged into my computer and he needs to be able to hear me. So that's the mic that I'll be using. So that's that. Also, it's kind of funny how much I'm talking about this and what my setup is and yada, yada, yada. Because in the future, I'm just going to be having these just bang, bang, bang. And I'm not going to be talking about, okay, I'm using this mic and my phone's here because I think I'll just be going so quick. But anyway, I'm going to leave my phone here. I'm going to stop the recording now or here in just a sec and wait for him to join and then we'll talk. And then I'll ask him if I can record. But I recorded some some podcast earlier today. So right now it's 3:24 p.m. I recorded the show earlier at around 7:50 a.m. And that little chunk I'm actually going to put at the end of this episode. So it's a little backwards there. But it's just about some thoughts that I had about having no time, but having all the time, going back and forth with myself. So I'll put that at the end of this. Assuming all goes well, this will be at the front, this conversation with Neeraj, CEO of Neeto. Go check out Neeto if you don't already know about them. And so I will hopefully see you guys in just a sec with this whole conversation. If not, then you wouldn't know any otherwise. So, all right, talk to you in a sec. All right, I don't think we're good. Let's see. Computer audio. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Fine.
Hey, I never, hold on. I never use Zoom here. So looks like I'm a cat. Hold on.
I can switch to Google Meet if that helps you.
I don't even have that either. Let's see. I actually had to download Zoom for this call.
Oh, wow.
Hold on, let's see. How do I change I'm a cat? How do I change that?
I don't know. I have never been a cat. So
yeah.
Maybe you have these AI tools, these
settings.
Okay, let me.
Oh, you know what? There we go. I think I figured. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
You see me now?
Better. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to change this is not my room. I don't know what this is. You can see you're on the beach. That's cool. Well, how's it going?
Good. Well, a hurricane is coming, but we are lucky.
Oh, yeah, you're over there, huh?
Yeah, so hurricane is hitting Tampa. So we got lucky. I got lucky this time, but those days are...
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. I've seen some videos online. It doesn't look too good. Well, hey, real quick, before we go any further, so I'm actually recording this conversation with the intent to put it on the podcast, if that's cool with you. If you don't want me to, I won't, but I just want to be respectful. Okay. Yeah, the whole idea with that podcast is to document everything that I can as far as everything that I'm doing. So, yeah, that's really cool.
Tell me more, how you got started podcasting and what led you to recording everything about your life?
Yeah, so the whole goal is to record every single day in business, in self-development, everything like that for the next 19 years, because I'm actually coming up on my first year, which is crazy. Just to record every single day, just to document everything, because I think it would be cool to, just some, are you familiar with Joe Rogan, Andy Frisella, that type of... So I think it'd be cool to see what they thought when they first started, before anybody knew who they were, figure out, I guess, what they were doing, what their interests were, how they handled big decisions, it'd be cool if they had a phone call with CEO of Neeto and what they were going to say to them, you know what I mean? So just stuff like that, sales calls and meetings, hey, I made my first sale today. I just think that's cool. So the idea is to document that for 20 years. That's just the first goal. And then, that's pretty much it. And I don't think anybody else has done that. So I'd like to think I'm the first. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So...
Well, that's awesome. And first of all, congratulations to you.
Hi, thank you.
So maintaining it for a year, because what I tell my team, I've been also running Big Binary.
Yeah, I was looking into your background a little bit, yeah.
So last 14 years, and anytime we take a new initiative, new project, I ask the person behind it, whoever is proposing that, well, is it a January thing or will February will happen to it?
Yeah.
What I actually mean to people in my company, they know is that come January, and January is going to come pretty soon. You have gym membership, new resolutions and whatnot. And come February, well, nobody is remembering their resolution. So I say, well, are you behind it? Because one of my strengths is that I am much more consistent. I'm not start a lot of things, which is both good and bad. I think in many ways you should be starting a lot of things and then see which one you like. Life is all about experiments. But at the same time,
agreed,
you need to be cognizant of the fact that if you're just starting and not finishing things, well,
that's just messy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, if you want to finish everything just because you started and now it sucks.
Make no progress.
And I have the same behavior about reading books, because a lot of people, I personally believe that they don't read books because of sunk cost fallacy, meaning that people buy the book and then, I bought the book and they're not liking the book, they're not reading it. So should they go for another book? It feels bad. That dude, I bought the book, and
yeah.
you have this guilty feeling that I'm not reading this book.
Yeah, it's not doing you any good.
And in the process, what happens? They don't get another book, and they don't read.
Yeah.
So I say that, well, first of all, in the USA, in India, we don't have libraries. In the USA, we have libraries, and there's one just across the street. So I
cool.
There, and I get tons of books, and I'm very promiscuous about the books. I have at any point of time 5-6 books open, a couple of them upstairs, a couple of downstairs, and rather than being on Insta or something like that, I would rather just flip through the pages. And I say to people that read whatever you love until you love whatever you read.
So you have like a different book on a different subject in your office, your kitchen, your living room, or something like that?
I just I just finished reading the book on Chernobyl. I had not heard about it, and on Reddit I came across there's the subreddit for Chernobyl, and I said, it keeps coming across in my mind that it keeps coming across the Chernobyl happened, but I don't know anything. If somebody asks, there was how many people died? What happened? No. I read a book on that, so that's
just sparked some curiosity. Kind of got to scratch the itch a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. Now I'm reading about Genghis Khan. I said, this is the second book, and before that I read a book on
that's crazy stuff.
And I'm reading the book on Alexander, and after that Julius Caesar. Why? Because I came across one thing that will clear that a lot of my readings is because of Reddit. I read it. There was a question between Genghis Khan, Julius Caesar, and Alexander, who is the greatest general. So a lot of comments.
It's quite a question, huh?
I read a lot, and I said, dude, I don't know anything about any of these three people. And these three were supposed to be the pinnacle of humanity, right?
Right.
I said, okay, well, the least I can do is read our book on all three. So that's okay.
You read a lot of biographies then?
Yeah, I mostly read a lot of biographies,
Do you find more?
And also like a non-fiction, like what happened, like, I don't know, World War II and things like that.
Okay. So are you more, do you read any like self-help books or any personal development? Is it more biography, historic, learning about people? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've had some interest in some of that, like with Elon Musk, just reading about some of his life, like how he got from where he was to sending rockets to Mars. It's crazy.
Exactly, yeah. So I first book by on Elon was by actually. So I finished that. Then I read the second book by what was the name? The guy who wrote it. So that's good. And I liked his writing style. So then I read the book on Einstein. And
Einstein.
Steve Jobs. Yeah, and I'm not putting the name of the author right now, but So now the last book written by him. I mean, the only book written by him which I haven't read so far is Leonardo da Vinci. So I need to.
That's so cool.
His writing style is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Well, I'm happy to be here. I don't know exactly what you wanted to get from me, but
I wanted to say that first of all, I like your style of storytelling.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
This is pretty like humorous at the same time, informative. Because these days I do listen to podcasts, etc. a lot while I'm say working out or doing something.
That's what I do too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like some people are famous because of the kind of questions they ask, etc., because of the guest. But storytelling is in this age and era when attention is like people have such short attention span. So the ability to hold the attention is like the superpower. And I thought that you weaved in all the story was pretty awesome, man.
Oh, that's very nice of you. I'm trying to be better at that. I mean, hopefully with 354 of these every day, I've gotten a little better. I can only hope, but yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's really nice of you.
Whatever you're doing every day, you will get better at it, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. I mean, when I first started, I wish I could show you a photo, but I had my desk in the corner of my room. I bought some soundproofing so that nobody in my house could hear me because I was so insecure. And I've since moved out, so I've kind of got a little office, so now I can scream if I wanted. So I just started from that level or that lack of confidence to now being here. It's pretty cool to see that growth in myself. But, on the day-to-day, it's like, have I even improved? That's how I feel. But, so that's the goal.
Okay. So tell me more about yourself. Like, what do you do and what's your background?
So right now I'm just working we have I guess you would call it an Air Force base. I don't know why I pulled a blank. So it's an Air Force base, and I work with the F-35 fighter jets. I pretty much refurbish the glass for them, like the canopy, what the pilot sees through. And that's my 9 to 5. That's what I do for a living. And now, which is what you're listening or what you've listened to with the podcast, is me documenting everything. And it first started with like, do you know what 75 Hard is?
No.
It's a mental toughness program. It's a 75-day program. You just have to do various tasks every day, and if you miss one thing, you have to restart the 75 days. So that transformed my mental side of things. Because I was really lazy. I didn't have any drive. I had big goals, but nothing to show for it. And I was like, I think it'd be cool to document all of that day by day, so that if somebody's like, oh, I can't do it, I'm not strong enough, or I don't have the skills or whatever, it's like, well, I did it, and I started in the corner of my room with a mic, just, hi guys, I'm really, and if you go back and listen to the first 100 episodes, they're really hard to listen to if you ask me. But so the next goal that I had was like, hey, I want to make my own supplement. I want to make my own pre-workout. And then fast forward a little bit, I was like, I don't have the money for that. I need to get more money. How can I get the money? And then I was like, well, I did personal training online fitness coaching in the past. I didn't really try that hard. I have a whole episode on that if you're curious, but it's I made $6,000 in a year and a half. So cool, but I'd like to make that in a couple weeks, not a year and a half. So so I was like, yeah, I'll do that again. That'll get me the money to make the supplement. And now that's kind of, I don't even think about that supplement goal anymore, because now I'm so laser focused on this one thing, which is helping other people transform like how I did, both physically and mentally especially. And so now I'm trying to build that business up just by making all the systems now. That's how I came across Neeto, because I was like, I need something that's better than Loom, better than Google Forms, And then I came across your post on Reddit, actually, and I was like, Neeto, I'll give it a shot. And then I was looking through all the products, and I saw that they were free, and I was like, what's the catch? What's going on here, And then I read the pricing philosophy, and I was like, because I mean, if you have a year to spare, go listen to the rest of the show here. But I talk about all the time how there's certain softwares out there that they're good, but there's certain things that just make them unusable. And when I started using Neeto, which has only been like the last month or so, everything just flows right. Everything looks great. It's something that I want a client to see. And I mean, that's pretty much it. That's how I came across Neeto. That's what I'm trying to do. That's a little bit of the background. So pretty much go to work, come home, or go to the gym, and then come home, and then I just sit in my office here and just kind of grind stuff out. So that's how I enjoy living my life. So that's a little background. Yeah, a little spiel for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So when it comes to transforming people and their lives and the fitness, etc., both physical and mental, let's first talk about the physical. I mean, America, of course, is going through the crisis. The pandemic is over, but the pandemic related to obesity and the overweight and all those things is like America is leading off the chart. What do you think is how USA people in the USA are different from rest of the world? Because I tell you that when my mom came and I'm from India, so I have strong Indian community. Their moms come, etc. So I asked them, one of my questions always is that, what do you find interesting or different? Invariably, the top 2 items, one of them is that people are fat.
Yeah, no, that's a thing here for sure. And it's for some reason it's a touchy subject, because you can't just be like, oh, you're fat. People get offended, I mean, obviously, right? But it's the majority of people here are obese, exactly. Overweight. I think it's 30%. So it's like 70% of men in the U.S. right now are considered overweight, and then of those 70%, 30% are obese. And I mean, you can go really, really deep conspiracy and be like, the government's poisonous and all this stuff, and all this stuff's in our food. I would argue there's truth to that, but I just think people are lazy. I think I don't.
No, but my main question is that the people are lazy. I think the people are lazy all over the world. I mean, people are they're just being people. They're just living their life.
Yeah.
In general. So I have not been able to pinpoint what is it which is making us, the Americans, different from say Germans or even French or Indians.
Well, I don't know enough about other countries to know what they have or don't have. For example, we have DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff like that. I'm not familiar if that's a thing in France or India, for example. But I mean, that definitely contributes. You don't got to walk to your car, drive your car, go over there, grab it, just small activities like that Everything's quick and easy. You can look up any information you want, get any movie, any TV show, get all your food delivered to you, all your clothes, Amazon, And I can order. There was one time I ordered something from Amazon at 10 a.m. and I got here at 1 p.m. same day. And so that, just small things like that, maybe it adds up over time. You don't have to, get ready, walk down the stairs, just small things, So maybe that's a contributor. But.
So maybe, but I feel like in India, pretty much you get everything. Not necessarily in Europe, but in India, since the mobile revolution came, you can order anything. In fact, things are cheaper. Food delivery is free, unlike here, DoorDash and things like that.
Really?
We have a lot of unskilled labor. So food is not the issue. But one thing, because anytime we go to India, we have to cross Atlantic. So what we do is that we stop by, take 1 week or 2 weeks break in Germany, France, England, whatever. So that we get to see a little bit touristy spot we go. So yeah, so
that's cool.
It's not necessarily I'm living the real English life, but one thing that is pretty consistent, I feel like, is the biggest source of cause of obesity is the portion size. The portion is not only huge, it's so huge, man, in America. So what happens is that I have stopped going out for that reason. I mean, both me and my wife. And when we do go out, we order one meal between me and my wife, and the waiter and the waitress, they will give us the stinky eye.
Yeah.
Even then, we are not able to finish it. We are not able to finish. But here, the food portion is humongous. Go to a mall and have you looked at Mrs. Field cookie? It's for $4.80, and it's like, oh, dude, I want a cookie, man. It's like, whatever happened to the definition of teeny tiny, the way it used to be the cookie when my, grandma was alive.
Yeah. Do you know about crumble cookies? Crumble? Oh, they make cookies about this big, and they're about that thick. And one cookie...
It's like, 800 calories?
Yeah, no, it really is. It's I think it was 780 calories for one cookie, and there's 160 grams of sugar in one cookie.
160?
No, that's not... Here's the thing. So that's not a serving size. So a fourth of a cookie is a serving size. But even then, 200 calories for...
that's another thing, is that the label reading. In America, people just don't read the labels, and I feel like the government has to calm down. This serving size is a total bullshit. They need to just give this thing, the package. Whatever the package is looking, people just don't pay attention to the serving size. A lot of people I've talked to, they say, oh, I consume this much. And I say, well, that's 80 multiplied by 800 calories. They say, no, 80 calories. I say, no, it's there. No,
you had 10 servings.
The guy will bring, and I say, per serving, and then serving size. He said, I didn't even know.
Yeah. No, that's, even with snack-sized bags of chips, sometimes there's 3 servings in a little bag. So, yeah, you're having 220 calories, but times it by 3, So that's actually a really good point. Yeah, the serving sizes, No, that's a good point.
And the meal size, or soda, it's like people have forget about the big jumbo, whatever, I don't know what it is. But even did you know that when McDonald's or Subway or something, they opened in France. Yeah, McDonald's it was. When they opened in France, they had their own big coffee sizes, right? But people are used to having such thick coffee that coffee sale was not picking up. Meaning that they thought that we would be able to change the behavior of the people, because that's what they have done in the US. It's not like we always used to have this high portion. It's just that over the period of time, the corporations have actually trained you, because if you keep eating, then it just takes a couple of years, and then that's it. Now your body wants that much, right? So They thought that they will change the behavior. They couldn't change the behavior of the people. So then Starbucks. So Starbucks, what happened? They had to change the sizes in France. And after the new sizing, what happened is the tallest one. By the way, I don't like this name of tall being, whatever the thing is like.
Venti.
I don't go to Starbucks. Yeah, Venti.
Yeah, Venti, Grande. Yeah.
Anyway, so their tallest was smaller than America's smallest.
Their tallest?
Can you believe that?
Their biggest one
The biggest one, the biggest one was smaller than our smallest.
It's like something like this. That was their biggest, for example?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, so portion size, I feel like is a huge part of it. Because the thing is that the other reason why I was watching a documentary on Netflix about the longevity and all these things, and Japanese people, they are one of the sects who and one of the things they said portion size, like they have this sushi kind of thing, and they eat as much. The human brain works is that, okay, are you going to eat 50 of them? No. He said, fuck no.
Yeah.
Who wants to go and get 50 of them?
Yeah.
America, you get the full tub.
Yeah, you get the whole
just
thing.
Eating out of the tub.
Yeah.
Japanese, they divide it into 50 small things, and your brain, after 1, 2, 3, 10, 15, 20, you said, okay, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, because each act of taking it, it psychologically trains you, oh, I've finished this. And then you say, okay, how much can I? And then the longer the time goes, your brain gets tired. It's like versus a tub. So I feel like there is something about the portion size.
Yeah. No, there was some restaurant I went to. I don't know if it was Japanese or not. It was in our city down here. And it was I don't know what you call it. Like you order the food, they bring it to you. I don't know if it was a buffet, but everything you didn't eat, you actually had to pay for. So it kind of encouraged you to be mindful of how much you ordered. So instead of ordering everything and bringing it all, if you didn't eat it, you had to pay for it. Or I think it was you pay an entry fee of $20, something like that. And then everything you don't eat is some kind of surcharge. So again, it just encouraged you to be mindful of how much you're ordering so that it doesn't go to waste. Because I don't know if you've been to a restaurant lately, but if you look at the next table over, there's still so much food after they leave, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's so many different things from there, but yeah. That's a good point, though. That's a good point. I never thought about the serving sizes being that. Well, I've never been out of the country, actually, so I've never, I guess I'm not cultured enough. I've never been out of the country, so I can't speak for what I've seen in other places because I've never been there, so. But that's a good point, though.
And then there was an interesting study, one sociologist or somebody who asked a high schooler about the ingredients of the food they're eating.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
You won't believe that 30% of students said that chicken fingers or chicken, the word has chicken wings or chicken, it doesn't have chicken. The name has chicken word in that. I'll have to look up and search it.
Yeah.
And because we just don't teach kids about the food. They just don't know any food. And a couple of times I told my wife that when I was now my kids are in high school, when they were in middle school, I used to drive them. Now they take their bike. When I drive them to school, there will be other kids who will be waiting for the school bus to come, and I started counting that how many of the kids have either Red Bull or Monster in their hand. And this is morning 7 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Something around 7.
The full sugar ones too, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I see 7 a.m., they're coming out of this house. And dude, they're coming out of parents' house, right? And parents are allowing
there's no way.
Have their kids at 7 a.m. I feel like you have, as a parent, I feel like you have abdicated your responsibility, man. 7 a.m. in the morning, our daughter is walking out of the room of the house with the Red
Monster.
Bull,
Yeah,
Monster.
My mom didn't even let me have that stuff till I was like in high school. Actually, yeah.
Exactly. So, thanks to your mom.
She
did a good job.
She did a great job.
Carried out her responsibility of being a mother, right?
She did a great job. Yeah. So
exactly.
I think I always wanted one. I was like, can I have a drink? Can I have that energy drink or whatever? Like I wanted a NOS, like the blue ones. Yeah, I wanted one of those so bad. I guess, I don't know. She was like, hell no, like slapped out of my hand if I were at the store, but.
Yeah. We don't bring soda at home. We buy, we have to buy, you're forced to buy only when there is a party or social gathering, larger social gathering. Otherwise, we don't keep soda at home. Any kind of soda, I think, no.
Do you have any kind of carbonation, like carbonated water? Nothing?
Just water. It's
interesting, yeah.
The houses are just water, that's it.
Yeah, I went I think it was about 31 days straight of no fluids except just plain water.
And you did that?
Yeah, just nothing but plain water. And
31 days? How did that go?
It was good. So it was actually part of that 75 hard program I was talking about. It's a full year-long thing with different phases, but it was the last 30 days. And so part of because you kind of make your own rules, kind of. And so part of mine was my diet was so it didn't include any fluids other than just plain water. Like that was it. And it was interesting because I noticed myself like the first week I was like I really want this drink because I don't really drink soda that much, but I'm a big energy drink guy. I just like the taste and getting some energy, And for the first week I just wanted that so bad, and then after a while I was just like, this water's fine. This water is great for me. I don't crave this other stuff. And it was a cool experiment for sure. Now I'm actually back on them, so I probably should take a little break again. But yeah. So it was a nice experiment. Good little push, to get off the stuff.
I heard about it, exactly, the 21 challenge. I've been thinking about it, but I feel like I heard that second day or third day is the hardest because your body is resisting.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because you want the nice sweet taste, or, the artificial sweetener. You want like a diet soda. Like, some of that's really good. It tastes good. But then after a while, it's like, no, this water is great for me. Like, I'm putting some good stuff into my body. I'm not filling it with chemicals, So mentally, I'm like, yeah, I'm better than everybody, kind of thing. So, it was a good experiment.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So that's about the physical side. For the mental toughness or mental peace, what do you do?
So the whole idea with that is, again, going back to the whole 75 hard program, that taught me more about consistency and the mental toughness side of things, because I think that's a core root of everything. So the reason why, maybe this is a reason why people are so fat here, is because, like, everybody has the right information, or everybody can get the right information. You just Google it. That's how I found Neeto. They can Google anything. They can get any kind of direction. They can pick from the information they get. They can start heading in a direction, and from there they can adjust and get better. But nobody does that. So it's like, we have all this information. Everybody knows. Like, if I said, hey, how do you save money? You would be like, oh, I would just put my money in my bank and I'd save it. If I said, how do you lose weight? You'd probably be like, oh, eat healthy, exercise. Everybody knows what to do, but nobody does it. And I tie that into the whole mental toughness, discipline side of things. So if I can instill in someone the discipline to do things even when they don't want to, because that's what changed my life. It was just over a year ago, actually, that I started the program. Holy cow. Matter of fact, I completed it almost a year ago today. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that changed my whole perspective, because, you have to do 75 days straight of 2 workouts a day. 1 has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of plain water every day. You have to read 10 pages of a book every day. Take a progress photo. No alcohol, no cheat meals. I think that's it. But if you miss one thing on one day, you have to restart. So if you're on day 74, that sucks. So anyway, that taught me a lot about the mental toughness side of things. And I don't see that in any programs. It's always like, hey, eat healthy, work out. But what about the core root of it all? Like, if I don't want to go to the gym, I would still go to the gym because I have the discipline, not the motivation, or like, I'm not feeling it today, so I'll skip today. Like, that's not how it works. If you want some big results, you got to every day. Even if it's not the best, you still got to show up. So that's what I'm trying to bundle up and put inside the program. So that's pretty much what that is. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, that's stuff that I think I'm more excited about that than the gym and the eating healthy and stuff. I like the mental toughness side of things. So it makes you feel really good at the end of the day. So if I can help somebody else with that, then yeah.
Cool. So you're talking about all these things. You're not posting because there are people who, you are not going to build the audience in one like a fell swoop, but you should reach out to people. So I think that whatever you're posting it on Instagram, etc., it takes the same amount of effort to put it on Twitter and LinkedIn, because I was surprised to hear that you don't have a presence over there. It just takes Yeah, and as far as the website is concerned, we'll get the website up and running in a month or so. But you still need to, you need to put it on Twitter. And there are services like you can go to buffer.com in case you're not aware of it.
Yeah.
And then you'll post it at one place and it will post it at all 3 places. You don't even need to go.
Yeah, so I've actually got a tool for that. Maybe you know about them. They're called, can you still see me? I'm on a different page right now.
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah.
It's called Metric Cool. Yeah. Have you heard about that?
No.
So I haven't heard about it either. Maybe you guys got to make your own now, have a Neeto scheduler. But it's exactly like Buffer, except it seems like it's a lot more in depth. So for example, let's see, where is it? I can post to a website, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, or X, whatever, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, my Google business, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads. So I can do all of that. And I noticed that Buffer only had maybe a handful of those. So I'm actually using that. But
I suggest Buffer because Buffer has a free plan, and as part of the free plan, you can, let me see, how many, 3 channels. So that's it's not costing you anything. So 3 channels are free. So you can post it at
cool.
3 prominent ones for free.
Yeah, I'm actually not paying for the other one either. It's all.
So they are probably like Neeto. That's great.
Yeah, well, they have a paid plan for sure, but let me look at it real quick. So upgrade to premium. So right now I think I get 3 channels with all those that I just said, but I can only schedule 50 posts a month. So like, I guess that's a drawback. But I can pay.
Yeah, but how many channels for free? 3? In the free account, how many channels you can connect?
So current plan, one brand, but I can have all of the social medias for me. So like,
but you do every day, Monday to Friday. So you need probably 20 to 22 multiplied by number of channels.
Yeah. So I think it's a scheduled post, and a post can be all the platforms. So that's one post technically.
Then that will work out. Yeah. So then 22 posts in a month, which is less than 50. So you're good. You're good there.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not set in stone. It's free, so I'm not tied to it. So it seems to work. I'm really trying to get control over all that, because if I'm posting content, but let alone, I'm making it all and then posting it and trying to get better with copywriting and then the hooks for the video so people watch it longer, and trying to balance that, and then trying to balance like clientele and then this podcasting I got going, So I'm trying my best to manage it all. I'm only one guy, so yeah.
Yeah. And for the podcast after recording, are you going through some software to post it, or you just host it yourself, like the content and all that?
Yeah, so I know you're familiar with Photoshop and stuff, right? So I use Adobe Audition. I just drag and drop the file. So I use my voice memo app. You have a Mac?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. So I use the voice memo app, and then I just record, and then when I'm done, I just show in Finder and then drag and drop to Adobe Audition, and then I just change it to MP3. And then I add some effects so it sounds better. And then I just upload it. And the reason why I keep it simple is because if I'm doing this every day, it's got to be the lowest cost of entry. Exactly. It's got to be simple for me. If I'm doing it every day for 20, it's got to be, I'd love to have the intro and the lighting and the cool video and everything, but I'm like, I can't do that every day, So that's what I use. And then for video, I use Premiere Pro, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself with all that. I got to focus on this, because like what you talk about, I was reading up on some of your stuff, like sustainability is everything. So if you can't stick to it long term, then what are you doing,
Yeah, exactly.
So that's...
Sustainability is key. For example, a long time ago, I read a book about helping people in Africa, and they put millions and millions of dollars to build these hand pumps because the women need to go far, and men also, to fetch drinking water. So that's fine. Yeah. Great. Okay, they put the hand pump. But since they didn't build a sustainable model, what happened is that after all the party is over and they took the photo shoot, and 6 to 9 months later, the hand pumps, the washer started wearing out. So now washers are not there, so hand pumps will not work. Those washers cost probably 2 cents or 3 cents in US.
You're talking about like a little washer?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if they're in Africa, how are they going to get those washers? So what happened? 1 year later, all those hand pumps have gone bad.
So they have to go back.
So rather than spending all this $50 million, I think it would have better that you spend $10 million on building the hand pumps and another $10 million on building the sustainable model. That anytime the washer is out, or put somebody who will do the audit, and every 6 months or once in 3 months, even if the pump is out of action, it's out of action for a month. Then you go fix the parts and all the things. But I feel like sustainability is not people, because it's not fancy. It's trucking maintenance. Sustainability is a fancy word for maintenance.
It's not sexy. It's what we say. Yeah.
It's not sexy. Sexy thing is, I did a startup. I'm launching my startup. Okay, that's great.
I read your Reddit post where you said fuck about 300 times. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, anybody can do a startup. This is 2024. It's no longer the novelty. The novelty is, will you be around 3 years from now?
Yeah. No, I read that.
Will February happen to you?
That made me laugh.
January guy.
Made me laugh when you were talking about the onboarding. If they're too stupid to figure it out, you don't want them anyway. It made me laugh.
That was like, some people are saying, no. I said, dude, you're being too serious, man. I just wrote it. Can you read it? It's fun. It's like, okay.
Yeah, just read the instructions.
You don't have to parse every single letter and then dissect it. Just chill.
Yeah, that made me laugh. That's funny. That was a good post. That's cool. So sweet. Yeah.
Well, thanks for all the shout out to Neeto and great that we connected. So I thought that that's
yeah. No, so I forgot to tell you. So, or maybe I did tell you. I forgot what I sent you in that email. But the first one that I sent you, I want to say at the time I had 4 additional listens on that episode. But since then, I think, matter of fact, let me check right now. I believe you gave me about 20 listens. I don't know if I told you that. Let me see real quick. You guys have any plans for a Neeto podcast host?
Not right now, but if I have a plan, then I know the perfect host.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Perfect MC.
Oh, did you share the other one?
Yeah, I shared the other one.
That's got 26 listens. Yeah. Wow, that's very cool. That's so cool. Here, let me look at the other one. The other one has 30. So it's got 30 listens. So I'm tiny here. So just for comparison, my most listened to, let's see. Sorry, 1 second. My most listened to episode is the first one I ever made, which has 31 listens. And now the second and third most are the both Neeto episodes with 30 and 26 downloads.
No, had you been on LinkedIn and Twitter, like it would be, not only get this thing, people would have, of course, they can listen to the podcast, etc. But yeah, they would have got to know you more.
Yeah, kind of swaying me to get some more social media.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it costs you nothing. I mean, buffer is.
You're right.
To me, it feels like is that there are two types of things we take. One is that which adds every day something to your task. I think twice before adding something which is recurring. One time and you can get the boost. Okay, why not? I mean, after all, you want whatever you're doing. I want more people to know Neeto. You want more people to know your podcast.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's free. Yeah, that's a good point. It's free. Put it on there.
It's free and it costs you nothing. Like anyway you're typing it, just type it, copy, paste, same thing. And then that's it.
I write the descriptions for the show. I try to keep it simple. I mean, for the descriptions, I put the date, time, all that, title, and then summary of the show. And then I got a whole bunch of stuff I copy and paste. So like a first-time listener, you want to listen, or all the episodes I think will be cool to look back on, all that stuff. So I'm sure I could I could even use ChatGPT and summarize, make a post for LinkedIn or something.
Exactly. You can do something big.
Yeah. Maybe I should do that. Matter of fact, some of these episodes that I record, I think they're too long because I try to take the transcription and put it into ChatGPT and say,
it's too long.
Yeah. So I think if they're around 20 minutes, I can do that. But if they're longer, then I don't know. So I can't do that, it's funny because I've done this for almost a year and I just now thought of that, like why didn't I think of that earlier? Could have saved me so much time, but live and learn,
Live and learn, exactly. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
Keep on improving. Well, sweet. Well, this is cool, man. Hey, thanks so much for this conversation. It's my first one ever, so yeah, so that's how I do it, by the way. I just record it, that's it.
Exactly. Impromptu podcast. I was not expecting a podcast.
Well, this isn't live. I can take it off. We don't have to air it.
No, it's fine.
Well, I appreciate that. I'd like to get this on there. So, well, there's about to be 3 Neeto episodes now, so.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome. And thanks for all the feedback. I mean, besides that, on the shout out, I see that you have given a bunch of feedback. We'll go through all of the feedbacks one by one.
Okay. Well, I've actually I could probably send it to you if it's easier, but I wrote down just 13 little things that could help, just improvements that just smooth process out.
Sure, exactly. Yeah.
Give you some feedback.
That's what we want. And these small things, that's what matter, that enhances your experience. So post it on this email thread over there, and I'll go over each of those points with my engineers. Oh, that also reminds me, Andy versus Neeraj. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a guy, like the person who was setting up the whole intercom. So what happened is that we pay for a lot of services, right? So all these services that we pay for, they sign up for, they were putting my name, okay, Neeraj Abdulpani, and I will get the email. Hey, this bill is due. Thanks for subscribing. This email notification, privacy policy change. Then I made the rule. No. We created a fictitious name called Andy, okay, Andy Sims.
Okay.
Every account or any paid account, anything, that will come to Andy, and once a day in the morning, I check Andy email. Because I don't want the privacy change or this email, like this credit card has bounced or something like that. Because I have my own things and separate ones. These are, I call it operational stuff, and this is my business.
So you have one email for all of that. Is that what you do?
One email for Andy. Andy is the owner of everything the company pays for the Neeto things pays for. I am not the owner, because in this way, if somebody's credit card has bounced or something, or some privacy policy change, something, because that email I can forward it to the engineers. Please take a look at it. Otherwise, it's my personal thing, and then I will. It's like I'm.
Your name is tied with that.
Something exactly, and unnecessarily I'm getting bogged down, and sometimes I give access to other people to that because those are operational stuff, not my personal thing. So
Smart.
since Intercom, we pay to Intercom. Intercom is the service we are using for asking this question. That belongs to Andy. So that's why the question is, but I am the person who is in charge of looking into what people are saying, and I want to control that because I want to interact with the people and see what people are saying. And sometimes there are bug reports, sometimes there are feature reports, sometimes people say, please unsubscribe. It's all nice. It's a game. So that's why when I reply, then people meeting link. Some people get confused. Okay, I was talking to Andy, and this meeting is with Neeraj. So who are you? So that's it.
Wait, so how do you pronounce your name? So I can get it right. Neeraj, is that how you say it?
Yeah, Neeraj. Yeah, Neeraj. So it's not Raj. It's R-U-J. Raj. Yeah, Neeraj.
Neeraj.
Yeah.
Neeraj. Okay, and just okay. I'm not going to say your last name. Just keep it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
No, last name is easy. Last name is Singh.
I just sing.
Just like singing a song.
Okay, sing a song. Okay. Yeah, Neeraj. Okay. Well, I apologize. I've been seeing it Neeraj. I wasn't sure how to pronounce. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, it was so cool having the opportunity to do this. I actually told a coworker today, I'm like, it's up CEO of Neeto, you know. So that's really cool. I appreciate your time. So it's been awesome.
It was nice chatting with you. Okay, Brian.
Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Cool, man. That's it. So for a first conversation, hold on. Yeah, for a first conversation with someone like that, getting some feedback and just getting to know, I would say that was a pure networking call. I wouldn't say that's anything else. I wouldn't say, my anticipation of this was we were going to talk straight Neeto, talk about how I can help her, how some feedback or what I like, what I do. That's what I thought it was going to be. So that's pretty cool. And I guess to share more details, was I nervous? A little bit. I didn't know what to expect. Was I even more nervous for it to be a Zoom call face-to-face with a stranger? A little bit. Was I... Did I have... I guess... Did I want to bail on this? Not really. I actually tried to be aware or cognizant or whatever, I don't know if that's the right word to use, of this being the new norm for me. So if this is how I network with people and this is how I sell my program with people, then this is going to be the thing that I do multiple times per day. And this is where I got to get the most confident, because these phone calls or these Zoom calls, these are going to be where the actual transactions happen as far as financial advancement goes. So if I'm on a call like this, if that's how long a phone call was, that was about 30 minutes. And even if I have 10 of these per day, which I wouldn't, because I'd be fucking master in the DMs if I got 300 appointments a month with 30 followers. If it takes me a half hour and I do 10 of these per day, and that would be, 5 hours? And I only sell one person, so 10% close rate, that's 10 reps per day. And let's say that I sell them super cheap, it's $100 a month. If I do that every single day, that's $3,000 a month right there. And obviously those are high numbers to say that I'll get 10 appointments every day and then close 10% and then for a low number. So like in the future, if I have 10 phone calls a week and I close 2 of them at, $250 a month, then that is actually still the same. Or actually it's a little bit more. So, no, it's $2,000 a month. So 250 times 2 is 500 a week. 500 a week times 4 weeks is $2,000. And then if they all sign 3-month packages, times that number by 3, and that's my average rollover monthly after 3 months. So it's $6,000 profit per month. Doing exactly what I just did, but selling a product, selling a service, working on sales, working on communication. So I'll probably talk about all of this later, but that was definitely a confidence booster for me. For one, hopping on a phone call with a stranger, that's a win for me. I don't do that. It makes me, despite, I guess, appearing confident, there's a lot of insecurities that are still buried within me, because the last time I did this whole coaching thing, I pussied out because I didn't want to do things like this. I didn't want to hop on the phone or a Zoom call and try to talk to somebody. I just wanted to send my program in the DMs. If they wanted to buy it, they'd send me money, and then I'd send them the program. That was it. And I literally pussied out, sent 19 one-minute long voice memos to my coach, my then coach or my mentor, Brian Mark, the real Brian Mark. And I pussied out of the whole program because I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the mentality or the attitude required to do this. And I would say that now I'm much more, is the word that I'm looking for inept? Let's see, dude. Inept definition. Inept, having or showing no skill. Clumsy. Nope. Adept, inept. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What's the antonym of that shit? Competent? Much more competent. I'm much more competent when it comes to this shit. I'm still learning a lot. No, competent's not the right word. God damn it, dude. Pick a word, insert it there. That's what I mean. I'm much more that this go around. I have a better outlook, focus, whatever. So that's pretty cool. So I wanted to share all this. Guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about from the very start. This is the type of shit that I've wanted to record the whole time. When I worked FedEx and I was recording the live interactions, trying to get reviews for me delivering a box, that was fucking hard for me because I had to push myself out of my comfort zone to talk to somebody and try to get them to do something that would benefit me. There's no benefit for them to leave a review. They don't get anything. All goes to me. So trying to talk with them when they just want their box and to shut their door. And I'm like, oh, wait. I have some information for you that will benefit me, but not you. Can you please help? So when I first recorded that, I was shitting bricks. And then after about a month of doing that, not that I was such a master, but it was one of those things that everybody said yes to. Nobody said no. Nobody even considered saying no. Nobody even hesitated. And so that constant pattern and the reinforcement of I always get what I want here, that built confidence. But I wouldn't say it didn't make me a master. I'm not saying that at all. But doing that so much and always getting yes, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a dumbass. It didn't burn me out. It didn't whatever. It just became so mundane. It's like, hey, I got to say all these fucking words again and then get to this outcome. Why can't I just shortcut it and be like, hey, dude, review for me, please? And then they would say, yeah, I got you. Like, it doesn't work that way. And I get that. But that's how I built that confidence up because I knew, and sales is not like this, I know. But I knew I would say all these words. I would maybe joke with them, build some rapport, and that they would give me the review. And that's how I got the review. I need to get to that point with this, and then I will be wildly successful as far as sales goes. Because I'm not in the market of fitness. I'm not in the market of health, nutrition. I'm not in the market of macros. I'm not in the market of workout plans, weight loss plans, building muscle, reps. I'm not in the market of that. I'm in sales. I'm in marketing. That's one thing that I understand this go around that I did not last go around. Because I thought, okay, I'm really knowledgeable in fitness plans and nutrition plans. Yeah, easy. I'll make a lot of money. I joined that program without even hopping on a phone call because I was like, oh yeah, before I join the phone call, before I join the program, I have a couple questions. And I just asked some questions. I was like, cool, man, I'm ready to sign up. And you send it over. And I got into the program and I was like, oh, I have to do things. People don't just come to me. So if I can get to that point now with the whole FedEx thing, and that's such a shitty example. Maybe it's a great example, just that's a very small example and a very, very one-dimensional example. I need to get to the three-dimensional equivalent to that, which is the sales, the marketing, the empathy, the questions, the communication, the people skills, the one-on-one, eye contact, gesture, mirroring their behavior or their body language, stuff like that. So I say all this because this was cool. It was a good push, a good nudge for me. It's a good baby step, if you will, because now I'm a little itty bitty teeny bitty eensy weensy tiny little bit better as far as communication goes, because this was new for me. You know, in some parts I didn't know what to say. There was some awkward silence. I acknowledge that. But now what I need to do is listen to this phone call again, see what I can do better and improve. So again, it's what the whole show is about. I wanted to document everything. So, and here's the good thing. So this is so long. So if you're still listening, thank you. But this phone call Imagine it was a sales call with somebody on the other end who I'm trying to get them to see the benefits of my program, how it can help them. Imagine this whole phone call, me selling them my program, and at the very end, I mean, obviously I would cut out the details of them giving me credit card information. But imagine at the very end, it's like, hey, cool, you're in the program here, here, payment of $5,000 went through, sweet. And then to hear the sales call go through, hear what I say, hear what the prospect says, how I go about doing that, close the deal, document it. So it lives on in the podcast forever. And if not public, it would always be my file and I could listen to it. And if in the future, well, I don't want to say if, I want to say when, because I think the long-term goal is to have all this documentation just be my unlimited ammo in the future to target the very insecure people, to target the people who don't know what they're doing, to target the old me's, the people who are so fired up to join the program and then realize after joining that the program takes work, and then they feel like they can't do it, they're not capable, it's too hard, whatever, bitch out, make excuses, be a pussy. I want to help those people because I'm that person. I'm that person that bitched out, made excuses, lied, did everything I could to get out of the contract so I didn't have to pay, so I didn't have to try, so I didn't have to work, because I realized this is way too hard for me because I didn't possess the skills required to do the work, or I didn't possess the skills required to, I guess, endure everything that I was working on. I mean, I just thought it would be cake. So live and learn, just like Neeraj said. So Neeraj, that's right. So anyway, that's the show. And now I'll insert what I was talking about earlier today after this. I'm talking about time and I don't feel like I have time. So, yep, that's the show, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm going to be listening to this one again just to listen to how I was communicating with this guy and improve. So just want to get better, live and learn. This is what the show is about, man. So appreciate you guys listening. That was episode 354. And so here's the rest of the episode. Yo, what's up? Good morning. I don't know if you guys can hear me because I'm tucking through my AirPods. It's windy out here. Pause real quick and double check. Let's see. Test 1 2 3. Can you hear me? I don't know. Peace out. 1 2 3. Hello. What's up? What's up, guys? All right, guys. So that's how I start off pretty much every single show. I just talk, see if it sounds good, delete that, and then go again. And for a while there, I was actually not editing that out or deleting it. I just kept it in. But just as a documentation and as a reminder, that's how I start every show. First 15 seconds of this episode were that exact intro. Always. Just like, hello, hi. And then I just go back, listen to it, make sure it sounds good. It takes about 15 seconds to do, and it ensures that a 30-minute episode doesn't sound like cow shit. So that's one of the many things I've learned of doing this. But leaving it in there so you know what I do. So, but I'm at work right now. It's 8:03 a.m. I'm just outside, just kind of by the picnic tables that we got out here. I'm just hanging out, and I just wanted to share some of the things that I think about. So here we are. So I think about the time that I have. It's funny because I just talked about that aha moment I had from seeing that video of Alex Hormozi talking about, you don't have a wife, don't have kids, you're young, whatever. This is the most amount of time you'll ever have. I think about that. But then I think just about the time slots that I have available to me. So so if I go to the gym after work, I get home, I can pretty much start doing something at 4. And if I'm trying to go to bed at 8 to get at least 7.5 hours of sleep, then that means that I should get ready for bed at 7:30, which means from 4 to 7:30, I've got 3.5 hours to do something. And that's not a large chunk of time, and that's at the very end of my day, literally the last 3 hours of my day, where after I've worked a full shift at work, it's 10 hours, waking up at 4 a.m., and then I go to the gym. Usually it's a hard workout, sometimes it's an easier one, kind of depends. And then after all of that, that's when I can start working on my thing. And I don't like the thought of that. I don't like that I only have 3 hours per day, but also it's at the very back end of my day, so I'm tired or whatever. I also just realized that it's kind of windy out here. And I switched from my AirPod to my phone. I didn't even check that. What a dumbass. So what what I just said at the start of the show is false as fuck, I guess, because I didn't do that to start the show off. But anyway, so what was I saying, dude? Yeah, so I think about the time that I have available, and then I think about things like this. So I would like to, for example, clean my house, and I'd like to do that once a week, and that's fine. I feel like that's probably a good thing to do. I don't mean just like clean the countertops, like a good deep clean, bathrooms, toilets, shower, things like that, faucet, sink, stove, microwave, and do that throughout my whole house. Then vacuum, change my bedding, wash my sheets. You're supposed to do that often, right? Definitely not twice a year. Not saying that I don't, or that I do that. I'm not saying I don't. So anyway, I think about things like this, and I'm like, hey, if I were to do that once a week, because I've timed myself doing this, it's like a 3 or 4 hour thing to deep clean everything, to vacuum, to sheets, laundry, all this stuff. That's a whole fucking day for me, man, because I only have 3.5 hours after work. So if I were to do that, that's a whole day. So one of my 7 days per week is now dedicated to that thing. Now, if I want to go and spend some time with family and friends, if I just do one person per week, so if I went and hung out with my mom for 3 hours, then that's 3 hours. And if I did that on a weekday, again, that's my whole day, because I get off work, go to the gym, 4 o'clock, and then I come home, and from 4 to 7:30, I got 3.5 hours. So that would be for one person. And if I'm trying to see multiple people, so like if I have my mom, grandma, grandpa, little brother, maybe I got 3 friends I want to go see, and let's say that I needed to see them all once a month, right? So let's say that's 7 people. I'm about to get run over by this trailer. Don't worry, guys. This is the last episode. I'm dying. So if I were to go see those 7 people once a month, that's 7 days for me of my month. That's 25% of my month right there. I don't want to make that trade. But then I think about how important it is to spend time with your loved ones and do things with them and things like that. I mean, I actually have kind of mixed feelings about that shit, but I don't know. Unclear about that stuff, so I don't want to share it. But anyway, so if I did that, so I deep clean my house once a week, there's 4 days a week. If I go see 7 people once a month for 3 hours, which is a good amount of time, I think. It's a good time to spend with somebody. You could go grab a bite to eat, or you could, have them over, just visit, play a game, something like that. You can go bowling, stuff like that. I mean, maybe not 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. It just depends. But just doing that, so we have the cleaning, for example, once a week, and that's 4 hours, and that's a day for me because I get off work, whatever. I explain that 20 times. So if I do that, then that's 4 times a month, and then the 7 people a month, or the 7 times a month, that's a total now of 11. So that's over a third of my entire month now where I don't get to work and progress forward in my business and goals and stuff like that. And that's just cleaning in friends and family. I'm not even talking about things like, dude, oh man, I gotta clean my AirPods and clean my phone and take that in and get my battery changed or whatever. So I gotta make an appointment for that or something. I don't know. Maybe that's an hour and a half. So maybe that's half a day, okay, for the time that I have. So there's that, and then there goes that day. And then if I want to go get my blood work done and then have that, and then have a doctor's appointment, have them go over the results with me, maybe that's an hour and a half. So that's another half day. And that stuff just adds up. Like if I want to spend some time and organize my phone, put everything where it needs to go, organize some folders, delete some old files, stuff like that, and really do a deep clean of my files and stuff like that, that's not done in just 20 minutes, especially if you got a lot of shit going on, so maybe that's another hour and a half. So I think about this stuff all the time, dude, and I'm like, I just can't, it's almost like I can't afford to not do anything else. But then I think I'm just working 40 hours a week, so some weeks are 45 hours. Well, shit, if you want to be technical, dude, with the lunch and everything, I mean, I consider the time that I get in my car to go to work, well, hold on. The time that I, at home, start doing something that I wouldn't otherwise normally do, so that I can get ready for work. From that point to the time that I get home from work, put all my stuff away and change or whatever, shower, because if I didn't go to work, I wouldn't have done any of those things. It's kind of like the same thing of when you have to make a pit stop at the gas station on a road trip. The time that is delayed starts from the second that you hit the brakes in order to merge over to get into the exit lane to go to the pit stop or whatever. And it stops, or it resumes, the second that you get back up to speed, back on the same freeway that you were on before you hit the brakes. That's how long the pit stop is. It's not when you park the car and you go into the gas station and then get back in the car, because every second spent after the first action that you wouldn't have otherwise done had you not decided to take a pit stop, that time is all the time for the pit stop. And what I'm talking about here, it's all the time for going to work. So if I wake up and I start getting ready for work, we'll just keep the number simple. So from 4:30 all the way when I get home and I get unpacked, all the shit, we'll just say 2:45. So it's 10 hours, 15 minutes. So if you want to say that, then I work 51 hours one week and then 40 hours the next. 51 hours, 15 minutes one week, and then 41 hours the next week. So that's what I work. So what I'm trying to say is I think about what I just said, and then I'm like, no, I'm just working a normal ass schedule like everybody else. How are they able to spend all this time and do all these things with it and have, then I think, they probably just don't hit the gym that often. They probably don't go 5 times a week. If they do, then that's great. And they probably have different priorities. So their priorities probably aren't building a business and podcasting and writing and reading and all this stuff. Their priorities are probably kids, family, friends, all this stuff. And that's fine. So I go back and forth with myself a lot because I feel like, I feel like certain parts, I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. To summarize, I guess, I go back and forth with myself a lot because I'm like, if I want to do this one thing, that's a day for me because I only have 3 hours after work. So if I want to go to the dentist and get my blood work done, that's a whole day, So I only have 30 days a month. And if I have the 11 from the friends and family and the cleaning and stuff like that, then I only have 19 more days. And if I fill those up with whatever, like I just have a lazy day, if I have too late, just sit like that. So then it just, the amount of productivity, damn, I said that weird. The amount of productivity that I have at the very end of the month or the year or whatever, it went from having every day to work on my stuff down to maybe less than half. What a shitty trade, dude. And then I think, that's why people never make it, because they just spend their time not working on their stuff. And then I just go back and forth with myself on that. I'm like, no, people have way more shit going on than me, and they're wildly successful. So it's one of those things, but that's all I wanted to share this morning. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm freezing my balls off out here. It's probably like 80 degrees, freezing. So, for real, I think let's get to some documentation. So I'm actually very cold. Let's see what's the temp. Hold on. I don't know where my weather app is. No idea where that is. Let's see, weather. It's 57 degrees right now. It's fucking freezing, dude. It's way too cold. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Probably say some more shit later, but just wanted to share it. So yeah, anyway, 8:14 p.m. October 7th, 2024. Peace out, guys.